Yo, what is good, y'all? We are back! Sorry for the hiatus. I haven't posted in 6 days. I've been fighting this mean cold, bro. Like, look at this. Look at this big old bag of... Can you find this? Bro, I've been dying, bro. Like, you made a movie with 50 Cent where he had to get all skinny and bony to be in that movie to play that dead old man on the bed? I'm gonna put that in the video.
No one has to know the truth but us.
I gotta put that and show y'all what I'm talking about. But that's how I've been feeling, bro. Thank God for waiting, man. Thank God for tuning in to another episode of the Playoff Takeover with your boy Jared Smith, aka GODSENT. We are going to get to talk about all the games that we missed. We missed the Sunday's game. Tyrese Halliburton goes for another 30 piece and steps up, but Knicks bounced back and did what they needed to do. Minnesota, they didn't do what they needed to do. Minnesota's been looking shaky, baby, but they still have the keys. They still have the answers. And finally, Oklahoma City versus the Dallas Mavericks. PJ Washington. We're going to get into all the games that we missed and the games that we are going to preview for today's game. So, let's start with Monday. We had Indiana Pacers versus the New York Knicks. So, not Monday, Tuesday actually. Monday. Let's start with the East. I want to start with the New York Knicks versus the Indiana Pacers. So, you guys don't forget to like and please subscribe. We trying to get our subscription to 100. We trying to do what we need to do so I can make some moves. You feel me? So, as we continue to give you guys this beautiful, beautiful content from your boy, I would love if you guys can continue to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button for notifications so you know whenever I drop these videos for you. We are in playoff takeover time, so let's get into that! So, New York Knicks, Indiana Pacers, Game 5, most important game of the series from most people think. By numbers, the team that wins the 5th game, 80% of the time wins the series. So, with that being said, Indiana came out here, and I ain't gonna lie to you, they put up a great fight. You know, put up a great little fight at first, but the game slowly started going away, like real slow. And when you look at the box scores, Indiana didn't win a single quarter. Didn't win a single quarter. They got outscored in every quarter. Even the fourth was horrendous. They got outscored 25-16. Like it was bad. But not only that, when you look at the box score and you go down to rebounding, the rebound discrepancy is disgusting. New York Knicks had 53 rebounds to the Indiana Pacers 29. 29 rebounds. That's horrendous. And like I've been saying on my TikTok and in these videos here, brother, the only way for the Indiana Pacers to go ahead and win this game is simply just making sure that Tyrese Halliburton has 20 shot attempts. Tyrese has to be aggressive in order for the Indiana Pacers to go ahead and go get it. And him only ending the game with 9 shots total is terrible, because you know you need to take 20 shots in order to make their defense work. If Tyrese Halliburton is working and getting his threes off and getting to the shots that he wants, then by all means, everyone else can start cooking. Miles Turner can get into the mix. Obi Toppin can get into the mix. You got Nesmith, Nembhard. Nembhard's been shooting great this series. You got all these shooters in places around you. Pascal can get working even more once Tyrese starts working and making the defense focus on the 3-ball more. Pascal can go right to the cup and do what he has to do and handle it from the post game, mid-range game, inside, 3-ball. It don't matter. Indiana has to keep that on them. Has to keep that. And I think that was a big, big takeaway from the game. Tyrese, you have to be aggressive. There is no if and or buts about it. You have to go for 30, bro. Because that brother over there, that brother right there, he's going for 40. He, in his head, has already made up. He wants to go for 40. Jaylen Brown, that's the Celtics. Jalen Brunson has averaged 35.1 points, 7.6 assists in 10 games, in his last 10 games in the playoffs. He's averaging 35 points and 6 assists in his last 5. So, he is not gonna just chill, give you like 20, 25. No. Brunson wants to go for 30 or 40. He wants to go for 40. If we can go for 40, he's gonna go for 40. He just came off a streak of 5 games with 40 points. He gave y'all 3 of them. Looking shaky, baby. So that was one takeaway. Another takeaway that I can give to the Pacers: why isn't TJ McConnell checking Jalen Brunson the entire game? Like, Neesmith and Nembhard are getting baked, getting cooked, getting annihilated. He hasn't shot that well on TJ McConnell. TJ McConnell has been a great defender so far, and TJ doesn't care about Brunson trying to go for 30, because he's going to pick him up full court. He's going to pick him up full court. And the fact that TJ doesn't care about picking him up full court, he knows what he's there to be on the floor for. He will do it, and he's very aggressive. He's very aggressive over the screens. He wants to go over every screen. He wants to fight through every screen. He's gonna play your passing. He's gonna deny Jalen the ball the best he can, and he's gonna be physical with him, because you gotta get physical with Jalen, but you can't be too physical to the point where he's gonna start going to the foul line. But the physicality that you have to play with Jalen, you have to not only, the 76ers did a good job of this with Kelly Oubre and Nick Batum and some of their big guards, which is just pressure him, bully him, try to muscle him. Don't try, because at the end of the day, Brunson's like 210. 210. I think he's like 210 pounds, somewhere near that range, where he can still like post up your baby. That's why he put in Nembhard and Neesmith in the freaking post and in the mid range. But with TJ there, TJ is uber aggressive. TJ's a pest. He's mad annoying, and you want to be annoying to players like Brunson. That's why I would put TJ McConnell probably in the starting lineup. Pardon me. I think you start TJ, you get some more defensive pressure on Jalen Brunson. TJ also allows Tyrese to relax and go get a bucket, play more off the ball. And the more off the ball possessions you get from Tyrese, the better the percentages that he's going to score the ball. Because when he's on the ball all night, you see what he does. 6 attempts, 9 attempts. Like, what the hell? You can't do that. Especially not against these Knicks, because these Knicks boys not playing with you, Brunson. I said Brunson. These Knicks boys not playing with you, Tyrese. They're not going to play with you. And ultimately, that led to the debacle. That led to the Knicks running up 20-something points on them. And they made them look basura. Garbaggio. Like, it was crazy. And another takeaway I would say from this game, McBride pick and roll. Let me tell you about the McBride pick and roll. So, the inverted pick and roll that they've been running with Miles McBride, right, has worked all game that game. It worked all game that game. And when you look at him and how he plays off the ball, he's moving so well. It reminds me of Gary Payton Jr.-ish with Steph. You know? Gary Payton Jr. has great screens for Stephen Curry off the ball, and even on the ball when you need it. And as soon as he gets out, it's either Gary Payton's going right to the cup, or he's popping out for a three. More of the time, he's popping in for a cut so he can get it, because he got some bounces, bro. But Deuce McBride, he is a problem, because Deuce is a bucket, and I don't think they realize that yet. Deuce can go get his own bucket against them, and the inverted pick and rolls, like what you see right there, look at it right there, like it sets him up perfectly, because then you want to switch. Deuce's man's gonna switch, and he's gonna be attacked by Brunson every time, because that allows the offense to take advantage of the defense's weaknesses, which is them stepping up to try and stop Brunson. So the Knicks go ahead and win the game 121-91. They take a 3-2 series lead on the Indiana Pacers. We got a game, and I think the Knicks finished them off. I think the Knicks finished the Pacers off and go get ready for round 3, the Eastern Conference Finals, who the Boston Celtics are waiting, where the Boston Celtics are waiting for them, because I don't think Boston is waiting for Indiana Pacers. They already know Indiana's probably definitely not gonna go out with this. So let's do a quick breakdown of this Celtics Cavaliers game, because barely any stars played. No Donovan Mitchell, no Jared Allen. It was literally just Evan Mobley and Darius Garland out there, and no Karis LeVert off the bench. So Celtics came in here, handled business. They did what they needed to do, and no Donovan Mitchell, no Karis LeVert, no Jared Allen. I just want to say this one thing, and one thing only. This is the easiest road the Boston Celtics ever had, and what's pissing me off about it even more is Ime Udoka deserves to be the head coach of this team. And that has nothing against Joe Mazzulla. Mazzulla has done a great job this year. It just hurts me that Ime made these guys think different, attack different, and when Ime was the head coach, they looked like a true defense. And even with not being battle tested, they were battle tested when they had Ime. Ime was going against the Miami. He was going against Giannis. He was going against all those guys. And I just feel like Ime was robbed. Like, if the Celtics win the chip, I feel like they should just send Ime a ring. Ime Udoka the ring. Like, because these boys wouldn't be playing like this without that year with you. And that needs to be noted. Shout out Ime Udoka. But back to Boston. Boston handled business. Jason Tatum had, let me see. Jason Tatum finished with 25, 10, and 9. This is the third game in a row I believe Jason Tatum has had a good game and really quiet the whole like aura or discussion of should we be worried about Tatum in the playoffs? You don't have to be worried. He didn't have to turn on the heater like against the Cleveland Cavaliers. He didn't have to turn on the heater like that. He turned the heater on for 3 games to close them out, and he did what needed to be done. So Evan Mobley finished with 33, 7, and 4. Great game by Evan Mobley. He had to do what he had to do, stepping up, because you got Darius Garland there. It's basically like you were on your own. Like it was really like just Evan Mobley. So Cleveland, you got some things to think about. What do you do with Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell? Now, if I'm Cleveland, I'm keeping Donovan Mitchell. Clear as day, I'm keeping Donovan Mitchell. And seeing what I can get back for Darius Garland. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, Garland hasn't done anything. He hasn't progressed since acquiring Donovan Mitchell, he's only got worse, in my opinion. And he's not a good one or two. I think Darius Garland needs to be a third option on a team. He's just not very dependable in the playoffs. And this is coming from a dude that I played basketball before, but I never played basketball at the highest level, so I'm critiquing. I'm not trying to bash the player. But it seems like Garland's growth was halted by the addition of Donovan Mitchell. And I feel as though Darius Garland needs to go be a point guard for a good unit. Maybe the Orlando Magic can use him. You know, maybe Miami can use a point guard. Phoenix needs a point guard. Maybe call up Phoenix, see what you can do. Get Brad. No, hell no. I said get Bradley Beal. I'm about to vomit. Because at the end of the day, you need to. If you want to get Donovan Mitchell back, you need to put a team around him that's successful, and that will be successful. I think you trading Darius Garland for some pieces. Hey, look into the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn Nets got a lot of good pieces over there. You got Cameron Johnson, Cam Thomas. You got Mikal Bridges. I think Nick Claxton is coming into free agency this year. So, like I said, look at pieces you can get back for Garland. Because I don't like Garland on this team. And I think he needs to get as far away from Donovan Mitchell as possible. So, Boston Celtics beat the Cleveland Cavaliers 113-98, and they have officially punched their ticket to the Eastern Conference Finals. Yay! Like we all knew it should, not they don't know, knew they were going to do. And Boston is having a cakewalk to the finals. If I'm being honest, they're just having a cakewalk. They haven't really been. Udonis Haslem went on ESPN the other day and said that you don't want to ever be battle tested in the finals. You want to be battle tested before the finals. So when you get to the finals, you already prepared for whatever is going to get thrown at you, per se, because you never really prepared for what. You feel me? So I feel as though, like, even look at LeBron, for example. LeBron ran through the East, but he lost in the finals way more because of the people that he was going against in the East, running through them, especially when he was on Miami. You running through the East, and on that late Cleveland, you run through the East, but can't triumph. You can't trump the card that is facing you now, which is that when he went against the KD Warriors, or the first year Warriors, when he just going with the Mike Dellavedova and Timothy Mozgov. Then you had him against Young, his first NBA Finals against the San Antonio Spurs. Like, even then, you can say like, he had his bouts and battles in the East here and there, but he never really got battle tested in the East. He only got battle tested once he got to the finals. So I think Boston has to take these next few days, rest, but prepare yourself for the Knicks. Understand the Knicks. Understand ways, come up with different schemes and ways you can beat the Knicks today. Because that team is, again, they're tired. They might be a little gassed. I ain't gonna lie to you. They run the same 5 to 6 players on the court. They might be gassed. But that still doesn't mean you gotta doubt these guys. Don't play with the Knicks. Knicks not gonna play with you. Next series. All right. Denver Nuggets versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. We're gonna make this 3 takeaways. No Mike Conley, right? So You're missing your veteran point guard for the Minnesota Timberwolves who sets the floor up. The waiter. He brings you the food, y'all eat. I'm setting y'all up to eat. And they were missing that. So when you miss the Mike Conley effect, when you miss that veteran point guard effect, you want to know what they did? They gave Minnesota a taste of their own medicine. And they rushed the hell out of Anthony Edwards. Ant couldn't go anywhere, it felt like. Like, he went 5 of 18. He went 5 of 15 from the field with only 15 points, I believe. And you know that's not good. That's no bueno. Big no bueno. Because Ant is the guy for them and needs to be the guy for them all series long in order for them to make this a Game 7 series. And they know he knows he has to be better. But again, it's not his fault. You didn't have Mike Conley. Mike Conley usually takes that pressure off you, and he's usually a way for him to set Ant up. He's usually setting Ant up to go ahead and get buckets. And that did not happen. So, what we were left to watch was a Rudy Gobert versus Nikola Jokic bout that really wasn't a bout. It was a one-sided defeat. I felt like I was watching Madden, and I would just watch someone drop 100 points to the opponent's 20. Like, it's disgusting. He eradicated, eviscerated, annihilated Rudy Gobert, and it's disrespectful because you got us thinking like you might have to send that DPOY back, brother. You might have to send that back. We might have to call your DPOY defensive team of the year because you play help defense. You play the best help defense in the world, Rudy. And you just can't do 1v1. You cannot take Nikola Jokic 1v1. And people that got NBA players, oh, it's so hard. If that's so easy, you do it. Now, again, I'm not coming for Rudy Gobert any type of way, and mean no disrespect. But Rudy was exposed. And he gets exposed like this often. Go back to the Clippers, to the Clippers versus Utah Jazz. I think it's game 6. Who took over? Terrence Mann. Terrence Mann went directly at Rudy Gobert and got 30 points on him. Going at Rudy Gobert has been a key for the last few teams that had faced a Rudy Gobert-led defense. Rudy has to start taking these shits personal. He has to start taking these matchups personal and really lock in, because Nikola was, if he didn't get you off the first 2 bumps, post hook, floater, fade, come out to the 3 ball. Here you go. Like, Nikola was trying to get whatever he wanted, and it led to the greatest playoff game of his career. 40 points, 7 rebounds, 13 assists, and killed them. And when you look at the breakdown of the game, not only was Nikola's 47 and 13 like well needed and just but again, you get an 18, 10 and 5 performance out of Aaron Gordon. And Aaron Gordon has been that Robin, that real Robin to Nikola Jokic these last few games, and just expose this weak side defense of Karl Anthony Towns being on Aaron Gordon, which doesn't need to happen because Cats. Let's take away number 3. Despite I saw Karl Anthony Towns get hurt. I saw that. But he looked damn good the next 3 quarters. So, I'm going to critique it like this. Karl Anthony Towns, I don't know what it is, but he looks like he's lost on the defensive side when it comes to help side defense. Or weak side defense, would rather. And kind of looks like he doesn't know what he's doing. It maybe it's me, but he looks confused on some of these plays. He looks like he doesn't know who he's rotating to. He looks like he's confused with the matchups, the defensive scheme for the night. Like, it's just out of whack. And I think Karl-Anthony Towns would definitely be better on Nikola Jokic and allowing Rudy Gobert to play weak side defense, to help defense, because not only was that the thing, but they got Rudy on KCP and the shooters. Now, here's my thing. I trust Rudy to go ahead and close out on shooters. I don't think that's an issue. I really don't think that's an issue. My issue is when you attack Rudy and you put Rudy in one-on-one situations, catch and shoot, Rudy can go ahead and block that, right? You can go ahead and contest every shot. But in terms of taking him 1v1 off the dribble, that's something different. Rudy Gobert isn't an on-ball defender. He isn't a good on-ball defender. Might I add, he's probably one of the worst on-ball defenders I've watched in the recent years. This year was his best year. I said, damn, maybe Rudy Gobert can really play on every side of defense, not just help. But maybe he can do 1v1s. He can guard the post. He can guard the three. Like, he can guard from 3 midi posts. Like, but Denver's taking the Rudy Gobert matchup personal, and Nikola's cooking him. I seen this tweet when Rudy Gobert said something to him, and Jokic was like, brother, I have 47. Like, brother, I have 40 points. I have 40, 13, and you bugging. 40, 13, and 7, you're bugging. You can't guard me. You can't lock me up. So we're going to keep doing what we're doing. And a big reason as to why the game before that, how they started cooking, they attacked empty spaces. When you attack empty spaces of the court, it allowed Cat to come off his help and allowed the breakdown of going through the middle. Now you can go through the middle, backdoor cut. Now you can take that faded shot for Jamal. So Jamal and Jokic's action, they fixed their issue. They're going to attack all empty sides of the court. But in terms of how do we stop an Anthony Edwards when Mike Conley comes back, still has to be figured out, because they haven't figured that out. So when they figure that part out too, that's something Denver has to figure out. But right now, there's no Mike Conley. I haven't seen any reports of Mike Conley getting suited up for next game or ramping up for next game. So, in terms of right now, I'm looking at the Minnesota Timberwolves as who they are right now at this very moment. So, no Mike Conley, they're gonna beat the living crap out of the Minnesota Timberwolves, simply because he's gonna take Rudy Gobert and annihilate him every single time. Have to be better. You have to be better. Last but not least, ultimately, Timberwolves gotta find that niche again. They have the sauce. They have the keys waving right in front of their faces. It's simply, how do I keep Karl-Anthony Towns and Nikola Jokic without breakdowns, without obvious breakdowns? And that answer has to be found by Chris Finch, which I think is already there. I literally think it's already there. You just have to be more attentive on defense. Guys got to be more aware. Cat has to be more aware on defense too. Denver's not letting Jamal Murray bring the ball up anymore. Y'all can kiss that all the way goodbye. Now it's Aaron Gordon, KCP, Nikola Jokic bringing the ball up. So now you guys got to pay attention to Jamal Murray off the ball. Y'all got to pay attention to the screens that they're setting, the angle screens that they're setting, the DHOs that they're giving. You got to pay attention to that. You got to pay attention to that. So with that being said, let's go on to this next game. Last game. Dallas Mavericks versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. last night. So as I watched this game, I sat here and said, but right before the game, will Luka have another game 5 like he did against the Clippers? And boy, oh boy, this he definitely did. He had himself a game, an efficient, effective game from Luka Doncic took place in another game 5, and turned up the heat. Turned up the heat in this game. You have to look at these games and just give it up, because Luka Doncic, when he's on, he's very unstoppable, very unbeatable when he's on. And when he's on, you gotta worry about him, Kyrie. You gotta worry about everyone on the court, because he's gonna start moving that ball. And when he starts moving the ball, everything's gonna get rocking. The arena's gonna get rocking. And he had 31 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists last night. He had 54% from the field and 45% from three. He only took 3 free throws last night. But Luka Doncic, like I said to my boy a few days ago, I said I don't know why Luka hasn't tried to be hasn't tried any rim pressure. Like, he's not attacking the cup. He's not even attempting to post up these little guys. Like, he's just trying to shoot threes. And sure, on the money last night for 3-ball. But the impressive thing to me was Luka getting downhill. Luka getting downhill opens up a whole lot more for the Mavericks, and it did just that. Derrick Jones Jr. had 19 points, 3 of 5 from 3. PJ Washington, he had a quiet game, but still 10 points, 10 rebounds, 2 of 7 from 3. Kyrie Irving, he had a very quiet game, 12 points, 4 assists, 2 of 2 from 3. Right. But when Luka is on, you can. Ain't much you can do other than try to match up and try to keep up with the scoring. And OKC has the guys to keep up with the scoring, but they just weren't hitting last night. When you look at their 3-point percentage last night, they only shot 25% as a team from 3. You're not seeing that from OKC again. They don't shoot like that. They shoot way better than that. They shot 42% field goal range as a team. You're not getting that from them. They shoot the 45 to 47 field goal percentage. And they're going to shoot the 35 to 38, 40 3-point percentage. They're an elite basketball team. I don't expect a lackluster game like that happen again. But you got to give it up. Give your hats off to Mavericks again. Because the Mavericks defense was very, very, very on it last night. They were on one. The Daniel Gafford came to play last night. He had how many blocks he had last night? He had 1 block last night. PJ Washington had a block. Luka had a block. Derek Lively had a block. Like, block party all around. When you're getting blocks from your front court, that's exactly what you want. They had 5 steals as a team. OKC, let's look at how many steals they had, because I know they had a lot of. They usually give a lot of steals. They get a lot of steals because that usually pushes their offense forward. And when you look at the steal discrepancy, they didn't have much steals. They had 8. They had 8 steals, and they had 6 turnovers. Right. Dallas had 14 turnovers. When Dallas is on, they're on. Luka, when he's having these games, these 31 triple-double games, you can damn near kiss the game goodbye unless you got another star that's going to match it, or stars that are going to match his performance. Because Kyrie didn't have to show up last night, and he didn't. He had 12 points. He said, Luka, this is your game. Go at it. And he had himself another Game 5. He did this against the Clippers in Game 5 last series. And he showed exactly why he is in the MVP voting. Exactly where he is. You hear me? So that takeaway, right? Another takeaway. I already pointed out Derrick Jones Jr. 19 points. If you can get Derrick Jones Jr. 19 points, 3 of 5 from deep, you're gonna lose those games because Derrick Jones Jr. and PJ Washington are the most open shooters they have on this floor at all times. If they are hitting, you're probably gonna lose that game. Hence why they lost when PJ had 28. Because you're not expecting 28 bucks from PJ Washington. His 28 bucks are crucial because what if Luka's not hitting? And Luka wasn't hitting. So him and Kyrie went stupid. As long as they got two guys going for 20 plus, Dallas can make any team a run for their money. And quite possibly win the game. And that's what they're doing. Everyone's chipping in here. They played great team defense last night against this Oklahoma City team who tried to rally back. And Oklahoma City didn't rest. Jalen Williams had himself this contact dunk on Daniel Gafford, which was nasty. It was disgusting. Going into halftime. And Oklahoma City never really got the lead. They never really got like satisfaction from we're there. We're almost there. Like it looked like a 10-point game every time they went down there and scored a bucket. They'd go to 8 or 9 points in Oklahoma, and then Dallas Mavericks would just answer right back. So when you think about that, what do you do when you go into the next game? Next game, how about keep forcing these turnovers, because Dallas having 14 turnovers is ridiculous. Keep forcing your turnovers and get out on a fast break, because fast break points are very crucial for this Oklahoma City team, but everyone knows that usually in the playoffs it slows down. Fast breaks aren't as often as much. You get a lot of more points in the half court. So everyone has to hit their buckets. Shai had himself a game 36 and 8. You only got 12 points from Lou Dort, 12 points from Jalen Williams, and 13 points from Chet Holmgren. They sat Josh Giddey, like I said, right? Isaiah Joe starts for him, but Isaiah Joe comes out and shoots horribly. 2 of 9, 2 of 8 from 3. That cannot happen. That cannot happen. Isaiah has to hit his shots, which I do believe he's going to hit his shot next game. I don't think we get another 2 of 8, 2 of 9 game from Isaiah Joe. I think Isaiah Joe starts to hit more as these games get tighter and closer. And what better way to show up than to show up for a game 6 back in Dallas? Oklahoma has a lot of thinking to do. But the matchups, the lineup itself was great. I think putting Isaiah Joe in there was perfect. I think keep the lineup, see what happens. Oklahoma City lost this one, 92-104. Dallas won. And we're going to see what happens back in Dallas. See what happens back in Dallas. So, without further ado, last part of the show. Pick'ems, baby. Pick'ems. Tonight, NBA semifinal game pick'ems. Tonight, we got the Denver Nuggets going against the Minnesota Timberwolves at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So, I think tonight, like I said, I don't see why the Minnesota Timberwolves can't go and win this game. You're back home, Target Center. Let's go. Go ahead and win the game. Take a game, bro. Game time. Mike Conley's a game time decision tonight, so we have to see that. I'm taking the Minnesota Timberwolves if Mike Conley's back tonight, because that two to the ball on Anthony Edwards is sickening, and it felt like they did the same thing they did to Jamal Murray, right, and gave him a taste of his own medicine. That's exactly what they did, and they need to answer back, answer the bell. So, thank you guys for tuning into today's episode of GODSENT Media Playoff Takeover. I'll see you guys later in the week. I'm going to try to get a video out Sunday night. Give you a review of the games that happened this weekend. Because some of these games should be over with by this weekend. You feel me? So, don't forget, like, subscribe to the channel, join the tribes. It's all vibes. And don't forget, hit the notification bell so you can get notified for whenever I drop these videos. It's your boy, Jared Smith, a.k.a. GODSENT. Thank you for tuning in. Get that! We up out of here, dog.